I forgot to put myself on the screen. Hi and good afternoon and welcome to Thfc Till I Die, your home of Tottenham, past, present and a very, very exciting future as we build up to Tottenham versus Liverpool match week 7, I think it is, of the Premier League 23-24 season. And look, it's a game, I think it's going to be a very difficult game, but it's a game I think we should fear no one. We shouldn't fear Liverpool. And I think it's a team that Liverpool are in great form. They're unbeaten, I think, in the last 18 games, but that shouldn't let us bother us. And look, we're here, we're ready to roll, and Angie's ready to roar, and Spurs are as well. So good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the channel. I'm on my Todd today as Philip recovers. Now, I spoke to him today, he's out and about. So hopefully he will be back Monday evening when the Cockerel Clock podcast is up and running in its new time of 9 o'clock on the Monday evening, where we're going to talk about Tottenham and also look at the Premier League weekend as a whole as well. So it's going to be a new sort of format every Monday at 9. The podcast is on. But how are we all this afternoon? Are we all happy? Are we all excited? It's nearly game day. Are we all positive that we're going to win tomorrow and keep our unbeaten run going? Let's see who's in the chat tonight. We've got Luke Chapman, my sister and brother-in-law, and for my birthday, 2 tickets to see Northampton play are now the 11th and Burton Albion at 3 p.m. Go. Well, big up, look, I hope you have a great time. And let us know how Northampton are doing. There'll be no around the grounds this week, but they will be back next week. And I tell you what, me and Philip will keep an eye out for Northampton Town. We're going to make them our channel's second team. So we're going to keep an eye on them for you, Luke. So keep us up to date with all the news and what's happening there. But happy birthday and enjoy yourself. We've got Wembley one, big up Wembley. He says, afternoon, Dermot, biggest test of the season. Liverpool going to chase City for the title. They are. Liverpool are unbeaten, I think, in the last 17, 18 games. I think they are the ones to challenge City this year. Look, for me, Manchester City are a league of their own. I mean, I know they went out to the League Cup to Newcastle, but I think City are just they're better than anyone else in the league. Let's be honest, they really are. But look, Liverpool can push them, and we can push for a Champions League place, and that's where we are at the moment. That's where we're at. We're at that point now where we're comfortably fighting for a Champions League place, and I think we can get one. I think we can finish in the top 3. I think that is a given. But big up Wembley. We've got Greg Soundnet. Good afternoon, Dermo. FA Cup third round qualifying round tomorrow for my local non-league club, followed by a massive game. Going to be a good Saturday. Yeah, Greg, let us know. Who's your team? Who's your non-league team tomorrow? And who have you got? Love the FA Cup. Love even the qualifying rounds for the FA Cup. It just has something special about it, isn't it? And of course, hopefully we will go all the way to Wembley ourselves this year. And Wilson McDonald, good afternoon, Dermot. Hope all is well. Give Philip my regards. Hope he recovers soon. Yeah, I spoke to Philip today. He's doing all right. He's feeling a lot better. And he's out now. It's him and Mrs. Brady's anniversary today. So everyone here, happy anniversary to Philip and Mary, and I hope you have a lovely day, whatever you're doing. So big up to Philip. He will be back Monday evening at 9 o'clock on the podcast. And we just got another one in here from Wembley One. It says, my dad and granddad both came from Northampton, so I have a big soft for the Cobblers. I'm up for having them as my second team on this channel. My non-league national league is Wealdstone. Well, my non-league team is, of course, where I was brought up in St Albans. St Albans City. They did get into the Conference League once, which is, I think, the National League now. But yeah, we've had a few scrapes in the FA Cup. But yeah, we got no problem having Northampton Town. I worked in Northampton for a while myself, so know the city very well. So yeah, big up to everyone. Right, what we got today? Well, there isn't a lot of news going around. Of course, we had Postecoglou's press conference earlier, and the first thing was issuing a Tottenham injury update on James Maddison, Son, and Johnson for the Liverpool game. And what Postecoglou said was, Madders and Sonny trained today, but we'll see how they are after training. Both got through everything we needed them to get through, but it will depend how they pull up. And it also depends. They've both picked up knocks in the Arsenal game, so it also depends how they are. Now, will he start with one and one on the bench? We don't know. I think it'd be a bit, I mean, who could you put? Brian Hill's back. So could you put Sonny on the bench and put Hill in for Sonny? Who knows? It's going to be a very, very interesting see how that team line up. We do have the predicted lineup, so we will get into that in a minute. We've got Brennan will miss out this week. Yeah, Brennan Johnson is out of the game. He won't be included for the knock he picked up against Arsenal. We've got Mickey van der Ven fires blunt Tottenham warning to Liverpool as Van Dijk claim made. Now, this is what I love about our Tottenham players. Tottenham Hotspur defender Mickey van der Ven has warned Liverpool his side don't fear them and set his sights on emulating Virgil van Dijk. Look, we shouldn't fear anyone because we are Tottenham Hotspur. We are the best side in London. And look, a lot of people are going to laugh and Dermo, you're being delusional. You're not with it. You've got a few euros short of a cent. But look, I think we're the most entertaining side in London at the moment. I think we're more entertaining than Arsenal, more entertaining than Chelsea, more entertaining than West Ham. I think we're playing very attractive, entertaining football, and that's down to Ange. And the way Ange has changed the club for what it was to what it is now is remarkable. But bigger, I mean, look, it's remarkable. Let me know what you think in the chat to that. Are we the most entertaining side in London? I think we are. Now, of course, Liverpool head to head now looks, of course, Liverpool, we've had games with them down the years. And I just want to go through a few things I picked up. Now, the all-time record now against Spurs, against Liverpool. Now, we first played them in 1894. Now, we won our first 3 games against them between 1894 and then 1909. We met them first in the first division. We won 1-0. Our first loss to Liverpool came on the 26th of March, 1910, in the first division at 15,000 away at Anfield. We lost 2-0. And mind you, that loss has gone ever since. I think we hadn't won up there. I think even Bill Nick didn't win at Anfield. So let's see now. We've got Greg saying here, Worthington FC versus Whitehawk moved to Worthington a couple of years ago from Chesham, so my heart is still Chesham United. Yeah, we've got Lily White Lane, big up Dermot and chat. Can I hop on the stream, Dermot? Yeah, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put the link in the chat. So if you want to pop on, there is the link. If you want to pop on and give me a hand today, of course, we're also on the Full-Time Sports Network as well. So we're over there, and we're also on Twitter and Twitch as well. We've got Wilton McDonald. That's okay, Dermot. We will continue to be delusional to the end of the season, then see where we are. Look, I think we're in for a great season. I can't wait. I think this is going to be a great season. And we've got Carl Simpson as well. Good afternoon, Dermot and chat. Good afternoon, Carl. And we've got coming in, we've got Geordie. Hello, what's up, mate? Good day, Geordie. How are you doing? Listen, for me, I think Newcastle played very well in that second half against Man City on Wednesday to knock Man City out the League Cup. And look, for me, Newcastle will be thereabouts this season. I don't think he'd be at the top end, fighting for like 2 or 3. I think he'd be there for 4th or 5th for the Champions League. But look, it's great to see Newcastle back up there. Deserve to be back up there. Everything them fans went through under Mike Ashley was absolutely terrible for them. And look, it's only one team in Newcastle. It's not like Tottenham or Arsenal, 2 teams, or Liverpool with Liverpool and Everton, or Manchester, Man U, Man City. There's only one team in the whole of Newcastle, and that's Newcastle United. And I think they've got the best, apart from our fans. I have to say, Newcastle have the best fans as well. They really are one of the best supported clubs in the country, Newcastle United. And look, they haven't won a trophy for many a year, even before I was born. But I would love to see Newcastle win something, maybe a League Cup or something like that. I think they really deserve it. And I've got a bit of a soft spot for Newcastle, if I be totally honest. I really do. Hang on, just let me bring this. Is it connected? Not yet. I'm Daniela Zito. Good afternoon. Very warm today in North London. Yeah, it certainly is very warm. It's warm here in Rexford as well, actually. Very dry after the storm we had. Now, I don't know if he can hear me. Is it working? Right. What I'll do is I'll take him off. And once I see him, I'll bring him on. And then Geordie saying qualifying for the UEFA Champions League was great for us. Carabao Cup incoming. Yeah, I think Newcastle can win that. I really, really do. I really do think they can win it. And here he is, the man himself, Lily White Lane. How are you this afternoon, sir? Great to have you on.
All good, thanks. It's a pleasure to be on the channel, mate. I've been watching it for a long time. Yeah, looking forward to talking about Spurs right now. It's a very positive fan base at the minute, so it's great to chat about.
Yeah, I think we do because I think Ange has been such a positive influence on us all. We had Mourinho, we had Conte, and we had Nuno, and it seemed to be all down in the dumps. But Ange is just, I saw what he did up at Celtic. Me and Philip, as you know, are big Celtic fans. So we knew what was
Yeah.
coming. But none of us in our wildest dreams expect him to do this as quickly as he did. How impressed have you been with Ange since he joined the club?
Yeah, like you guys, because of my Irish connections
Mm,
and my family being Irish, I also saw the job that he done at Celtic and saw a lot more games
mm.
that he managed at Celtic than a lot of other Spurs fans. And I loved the guy, and I couldn't believe it when you were getting these notes of Postecoglou hashtags and all
Yeah,
of this. And the guy's come in, and what a job he's done. I mean, look at the state we were in. I mean, we were finished eighth last season. Club was a mess.
yeah,
You know, fans ranting, arguing with each other about the ownership and who should come in. This guy's come in, stabilised the club, sorted out the defence and the midfield, brought in some quality options up top, and we're getting what we want, which is
mm,
playing good football. I think most
yeah,
Spurs fans headed into this season going, we just want to see progress in the table and
mm,
our team play good football. We're seeing both those things, and we're seeing our team not only play good football, but outclass top teams with this good
yeah.
football. Man United, we were the better team there. Last weekend against Arsenal, we were the better
Mm.
team. And it's not only the football that the guy plays. I just think he's a genuine bloke. I think a lot of managers now look, to me, like they feel like they're above the fans in a way.
Yeah.
And isn't that he's relatable? He's just a
Mm.
normal bloke, and yeah, he's brilliant. The amount of little funny things he says in the press conferences, he speaks brilliantly. He
Yeah.
speaks
I,
absolutely
I
brilliantly.
I love it today when he said about being a Liverpool fan. And they said, "Well, I like Happy Days too, but I don't have funds on my funds up on my wall." Things
Yeah,
like that, and it's like, mate, everything's mate. I know it's an Australian thing, is
I know.
yeah, mate, and it makes you at ease as a Spurs fan. You feel he's one of us. He's like
Exactly.
one of our own. He'd be in the South Stand with us singing Tottenham songs, or he probably would have
Yeah.
been in the Cop. Yeah, we'll get over that. He is a Liverpool supporter. We'll sort of put that to one side for today. Just quickly, we've got Geordie here. What's your thoughts on Newcastle? I've been, as I said, I've got a soft spot for the Geordies. I thought they've been through a hell of a lot under
Yeah.
last years under Mike Ashley. It's great seeing them back up there, isn't it?
If any club deserves a takeover, it
Mm,
was them. I mean, the state of their club under Ashley, you felt for their fans because they are such a big club. I'm
mm,
enjoying what Newcastle are doing, and I don't think they've been spending ridiculous amounts like people thought they would. They've been making
no,
clever signings. They've got a good manager right now. Started the season a little bit shaky, but then got a good result away at the hand. 8
mm,
0 last weekend. I've been impressed with Newcastle. I
yeah,
really like what they're doing. I think Eddie Howe to take a team from League Two to the Premier League and stabilise it in there, which is what he did with Bournemouth, I think was superb.
yeah.
And you think he took over Newcastle when they were 18th. Two
Mm.
seasons later, they finished fourth last season. They look like they're going to try and hunt down Champions League places again. So I really like what Newcastle have done.
Yeah, so have I. I mean, I've been very impressed with Eddie Howe. I think he could be a future England manager for England. I really do. I wouldn't mind him in Ireland actually as Ireland manager if we could ever get
Anyone but
hold of him.
Kenny, eh? And
Yeah, well,
anyone but Kenny.
don't get me started. Do not get me started. You know, if we go down that road, then this stream will get banned because I'm going to let rip. Yeah, I'm going to the Greece game for whatever reasons in my head. I'm going to it, but I'm just going to give him abuse. I think for the whole game, just be fun. Geordie saying, "Ange Ball is cooking. By Jesus, it is." Do you expect silverware this season for Spurs? Lydia White Lane, what do you reckon?
I don't expect it, if I'm
Mm,
honest. If we get it, I think it'll be fantastic. But I don't think, I know we haven't won a trophy in a long time. I don't think if we don't win a trophy, we're like, it's a crap season because
mm,
it's more about building something. And I watched that interview he did, I think it was last weekend on Match of the Day with Gary
yeah.
Lineker. And, he said, fans want a trophy. He goes, obviously, I understand that, but it's more about building something. here, rebuilding the club to be able to compete with the top teams. I think this season, if we win the trophy, it's great. But I think if we expect it and we don't get it and we're all ranting, I think that's wrong, personally. I think it's all about just changing things around, rebuilding the club. And personally, I think he's doing things a lot quicker than I expected him to. I rated him as a manager previously, but I thought, okay, state of the club, it's going to take some time. We're competing against the top teams now. This is his first season. It goes to show how good the guy is.
It does. Look, I expected. Look, I want this. I think we'll win the FA Cup this year. It's my opinion. I think our name's on the cup this year. I think there's something about this year's FA Cup just got me excited, and I think we can do it. But look, I probably, that's me being a little bit delusional. If I put my sensible hat on, then I probably would agree with you. Next season will be the season we will start doing it. Big up Geordie. We've got Amir Corinne. It says Sonny and Maddie 70% fit to play. Brendan Johnson isn't fit. Yeah, as I said earlier, Brendan Johnson is not fit to play. Son and Maddie, I think, would you think one of them might start the bench? Who would you start the bench and who would you start if you had a choice?
Who between Son and Madison?
Yeah.
If I had to start one and leave out, that's such a tough one because they've both been playing so well so far this season, and the way they linked up together is brilliant. I'd probably say Son, because I think without him we'd be lacking quite a bit going forward. And I think but both are so crucial to the way we're playing at the minute. And it's like, okay, it's not the same partnership right now as Son and Kane, but can it become that? I think so. I mean, they're linking up so much, and they're assisting each other. I'm really liking what I'm seeing from both of them.
I am. If I was to pick two, I'd probably have to put Sonny on the bench. I think Madison is our main creative man. Yeah. I think we need him in that midfield. Sonny probably. I don't know who'd you play in the wing. Would you put Richarlison there? Would you do it that way?
It's a tough one, isn't it? You've got Solomon, Richarlison. You've got a few options, but I mean, both are so crucial to the way we play.
Yeah, that's it. That's so true. We've got Gary Beck's big up. It says, "Hey you Derm. Hey you Gary. How you doing?" We've got Wilton McDonald. I'm not expecting silverware, but I would not be surprised. Yeah, I think that's all our thoughts. I think. Yeah. Gary Beck says, "Why so much love for Newcastle? All this they deserve stuff. It's ridiculous. That stadium was nigh on empty when Ozzy was there." That is very true, actually. They are no better than any of the clubs following a myth. They are better. Look, I think for me, personally, I think Alder went through with Mike Ashley. Yeah, and after seeing them, the Kevin Keegan years, being the entertainers and nearly winning the league. I mean, they should have won the league. And then Keegan coming out said, "I love it if we beat them, love it." And Fergie got him over a barrel after that game. And that's when Newcastle lost the league for me. But I would just love Newcastle to win something. They haven't won anything since 1960-something. The old Fairs Cup, which is now the UEFA Cup, and now the Europa League. But that's my opinion. What's your opinion for Newcastle? Is it the same sort of thing, or where would you be?
Yeah, I think so. I think they went through so much with Mike Ashley. I think as well, the size of their club, they deserve to be competing at the top. Massive stadium, huge fan base. And Newcastle's a great place. Newcastle is a great place. I do like Newcastle. I like the people. Jordan's always been really friendly to me. And I'm not going to be bitter, but I don't want them to succeed. There's always been a few clubs that I think I sort of want to do well. I don't necessarily support them. Those clubs are Everton, Leeds, and Newcastle because I think the fan bases, the grounds, things like that. But as I say, they went through so much. I wouldn't be annoyed if they won something. I'd be fairly happy for them.
Yeah, so would I. Yeah, I get your point with the fan base, and they sort of link, I think, our football to the past. I think, especially Leeds with Ellen Road. So James's Park is a bit different than what it used to be. But yeah, you think they've been through they've been like Nottingham Forest as well. Them fans have been through a minefield as well. So there's a lot of these clubs that were big back in the day, and they're not big anymore. And it's just nature of football. I think it really is. Carl Simpsons, they will both start mind games. That is maybe. Who knows? Moaning Klopp might start moaning. Wilton McDonald, I think they were both start, but they were not finished the game. Hopefully by then we will be comfortable in front. I think so. It said there, that's the word deserved again. LOL. No club deserves anything. I get his point. I get his point on that.
Yeah,
No club
it's
does
fair enough.
deserve nothing. Yeah, doesn't deserve anything. But I think if you wanted a club to do well or win something, it would be Newcastle. And then Tequila, big up Tequila 316. According to Jim White, Newcastle have the best fans in the world. No,
I don't
sorry,
know about the world. I don't know about the world. I've
no,
got to be honest.
no.
I think there are some fan bases. Celtic's one of them, actually.
Yeah,
Their
they're
fans are
mental.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
Absolutely ridiculous.
yeah. I think our fans are up there as well. To be fair, we can be quite naughty when we want to be. But
When our
anyway,
fans are all together, they're brilliant. When our
yeah.
fans, and we've seen it this season, the atmosphere at the lane has been absolutely rocking
Mm.
there.
Yeah. Well, look, these are the first times we played Liverpool back in the day, back before you and me were even a twinkle in our dad's eye or somewhere.
Yeah.
Because 1894, we first played them in two friendlies, 84 and 95. We beat them 3-0 and 6-0. Then the first league meeting, of course, was 1909, where we beat them at White Hart Lane 1-0. And then our first loss to them, we lost in the 26th of March 2010 away to Anfield. We lost 2-0. Then we've got this is now the competitive what we've played with them over the years. Of course, in the old First Division, we had an awful record against them. 46 defeats to only 28 wins. Again, in the Premier League, Liverpool have been very dominant over us
Yeah.
over the league, 62 games. Competitively, it's 48 to 86. Hopefully, we can make it 49 tomorrow. Of course, we've only won once against them in the FA Cup, and of course that was the way back at Anfield in the quarter-finals of the FA Cup back in 94, 95 when Jurgen Klinsmann scored in the last minute. The League Cup, of course, we've played them 8 times. We've won 4 times, but we've lost twice. One in the 8-2 final, and of course the UEFA Champions League that lost. But we have played them once in UEFA Cup in 1973 in the semi-final, and we went out in away goals. We got a win at the Lane. We lost at Anfield. I think always the other way around. I can't remember, but we did go out on away goals. So competitive record's not that great against Liverpool, to be fair. Now, these are the all-time leading goal scorers, and of course, at the top is Mr. Harry Kane, Robbie Keane, then with 5, and then the next current player to score against Liverpool is only Son with 5. Any other players in there, Lily White Lane, you remember, or you remember as a kid growing up, you could pick out there for us?
I could only really speak on the ones who I've seen. I was born in 2007, so I probably started understanding and enjoying football probably about 2014, 15. And
Yeah.
Harry Kane, he's always seemed to score against Liverpool, even though we seemed like we could never get a result. Even last season, banging that goal up home to get us back in that game,
Yeah.
which we ended up losing. I remember that game at Anfield where he scored within like 30 seconds and then he came back to win it. He always seems to score against Liverpool. Sonny as well seems to get goals against them. So I just hope that Sonny bags a couple tomorrow. But yeah, I mean, very historic fixture. 2019 is the one that sticks out to me when I think of Spurs Liverpool, and it's just that was a horror show. A lot of bad memories against Liverpool. So if we get a draw tomorrow, I think it's a good result. If we get a win against Liverpool, that's 7 points out of Man U, Liverpool, and Arsenal. Then I think people start going, okay, they're not messing about this season, Tottenham.
No. Look, Liverpool, we've got to put in perspective. Liverpool are under I think it's a 17-game unbeaten run. So it's going to be our biggest test, I think, for us tomorrow. I think bigger than Arsenal, to be fair. But look, you go through the list. There's Chris Armstrong, Danny Rose, John Barnes got an own goal against them for us. Big up John Barnes. Neil Roddick, I think, is the only player to score a goal for us and score an own goal for us. Højbjerg got one, Van der Vaart, Vega, Richarlison, Jeremy Carragher scored an own goal, Skirtle did. So there's a few famous players in there over the years that have got goals against Liverpool. Harry Kane, of course, way up there with 9. Now, our last win against Liverpool has to go all the way back to 22 of October 2017 in the Premier League at Wembley when we beat them 4-1. Harry Kane with 2, Son and Dele Alli that day. But that since then, Lily White Lane, it's been no wins in the last 12 meetings against Liverpool. And these
Yeah.
are all the defeats and draws. I mean, there's been more defeats and draws in that run of the last 12. I think one that picks out for me is that 4-3 at Anfield where we switched off again under Stellini or under Ryan Mason. Look, we haven't got the greatest run against Liverpool. Why do you think that is? Why they're such a bogey club to us?
I mean, it's one of those things in football that I find it hard to understand. Both clubs, it's like, why is it that club that you always struggle to play against is their style of play? I think since Klopp's come in, he's been, was one of the only managers who could really figure out what he did after that 4-1 loss. And I think just the way we played under Conte and Jose, I think it worked against some teams, the likes of Man City. Didn't work against others, the likes of Liverpool. But I think the reason we can never seem to get a result against them is because we never take our chances. I don't really believe in unlucky in football, because I think you create your own luck if it's not decisions made by the ref. But it's hard not to think that we're unlucky against Liverpool. Every game we seem to have these. But even, when we lost 4-3 at Anfield last season, that Son chance where we hit the post, and the season before that 1-1 where we hit the post. Earlier last season, that ball into the box where about 4 players missed it. We just missed so many chances. I remember, I think it was 2-2 under Conte, and that was a cracker of a game. We should have won it about 7-2. The amount of chances we had, we went 1-0 up and could have been 4-0 up by half time. But I think it's just taking our chances. But I think this is a Spurs team now with a lot more confidence, who are breaking, the records that have been set before against these teams. Getting a result at the Emirates, we very rarely do that. I wouldn't be surprised if we go and get a big result tomorrow, whether that be a win or a draw where we're the better team. So I just think we need to take chances.
I think so. I think tomorrow we're on a different level playing field with Liverpool. To be honest with you, I think we can match them man for man tomorrow. I think the players tomorrow have something different in them. They got more of a fire in their belly. Look, it's for me. This Tottenham side has something that the other Spurs sides haven't had. It's fight.
Yeah,
It's gumption. It's determination. It's something we had in the early Poch years. And I think we're better now. We're a better side than the early Poch years were, if I can be totally honest with you. I think because the manager takes no prisoners, but he does it in a way that he's saying, right, the dressing room's yours. You do what you want within that dressing room, but I'm going to keep an overhead view of it. And I think the players enjoy being given responsibility. And I think they're thriving on that. And I think also, I'll take that off, but no one in the last 12. We are going to get back to that one. Look, for me as well, I think also that no Harry Kane. I think the pressure's been taken off the players as well with no Harry Kane. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, well, hang on a minute. He guaranteed you 25 goals. But I've noticed this season, and Mia has said it, and I'm now agreeing with Mia's sort of assessment on this, that it's given other players more responsibility, and they're thriving on the responsibility of scoring more goals. And we're not just relying on one man. Yes, we are going to need a striker, a 15, 20 goal season striker. Of course you are. Any major team must have one. But I think at the moment, to January, we've got enough to get us by. So, who would you like to see us go for in January? And we've got a lot of people saying, especially last night, we should look at the defense, not worry about up front. What do you want us to do in January?
I personally think we should go for a backup striker, because I think with Richarlison, I'm not convinced by him. If I'm 100% honest, he could turn it around. And I think Valise, don't get me wrong, could be a quality player. I really like him, but I think he's really young. I think a good signing for us would be to go into the market and sign someone like a Mahi or a Gift, but not someone who's expecting to start every single game. but someone who can fit into that team. If
Mm.
Son gets an injury, can go in there. If Son gets an injury now, we're relying on Richarlison, which for me, I'm not that convinced by him.
No.
But one positive thing is, I do just want to say, in January now, I think we're going to have a lot more pool than we did in the summer. We signed some good players in the summer, but teams are going to look at Spurs and they're going to go, they've got a project there. They've got players like Bissouma Son. I want to play in that team, and that's a great thing.
It's sort of like it's an invitation, isn't it? Like, look at what we've and we had it on the Poch, and that's why we didn't. Dele Alli wasn't expensive, Christian Eriksen wasn't expensive, and a lot of players we bought in. How much was Dele Alli? 5 million?
I think 5 million. Yeah,
5 million. And look, I look for Dele Alli. Look, he's a story that actually brings tears to many people's eyes, and everything he went through. Yeah. And look, we wish him the very best wherever he does, and he'll always have a special place at Tottenham for what he did give to us.
Always be welcome at the lane.
He always will be. He always will be. And look, I was his big critic, if I could be fair, and I'm not going to shy away from that. I used to give him dogs of abuse if I was doing a watch long, and you see him being lazy, but now you understand why he was the way he was, and. I just feel, but look, we're building something special here. But let's get through some of the comments here, Leader One Lane. See, can we get who's in there? Tequila says JJ, who's Jermaine Genius, called it a goldfish bowl. Yeah, Newcastle's crowned. It's something like that. Man City equal Amir says, and Man City equals Qatar FC, Newcastle equals Saudi Arabia FC. Soon states will own other clubs. Look, we talked about it last night on the podcast and about football having an independent body regulating it. Now, there was an argument for it and there was an argument against it that football should be able to get its own house in order. And then we went on to the ownerships with the process to taking over the club, where I don't think the process is big enough. I don't think it's strong enough. I think there's too many loopholes in it. Where do you see this? Do you think we need an independent body to look at how these people take over our clubs? Because they're not just clubs, are they? It's like if Tottenham, somebody took over Tottenham. It's our second love. It's our second love. It's our second family. Do you know?
Yeah.
And you look at the mess at Sheffield Wednesday this morning. I don't know if you saw it on TalkSport this morning.
No, I haven't seen
the Sheffield Wednesday chairman set out a statement to the fans. Well, if you don't like what I'm doing, I'm not going to put any more money into your club. Basically, I'm just going to stop doing what I'm doing.
Wow.
Do you feel football is going to get itself into a pickle before too long, where the Premier League, it's like the rich is getting richer, but the rest of the leagues are just going to get poorer?
I think it's starting to. It just frustrates me, to be honest. Like you say, I think these people, these Saudi owners and these Qatari owners, they don't understand football. They genuinely don't. They don't understand what it means. They just view it as a business, money. We view it as, escapism. I love, like you say, second to family. People go, family, friends, then football. I say, no, family, football, then friends. It means so much. And it's like, I just don't think a lot of these owners understand it. And it's almost like they just look at football as a new toy. They've got so much money. We'll pick out that one, make a bit of money off that. And then it's just like, it's turned into whoever's the richest wins.
Yeah.
And it's just,
no.
I just think it's all kinds of corrupt. I'm not going to go into, the politics of it too much, because I don't know a lot about the politics. But what I do know just angers me. It's like a lot of the owners now, I genuinely believe, don't understand football. I don't think Daniel Levy understands football as much as us fans.
No.
And I personally have been someone who constantly says I want him out. But I would rather have him genuinely than one of these owners who doesn't care whatsoever about football. Daniel Levy does care that little bit, even though it's nowhere near as much as I think it should, that little bit about football, and understands only a small amount of what it means to the fans. These owners don't. A lot of them don't.
You look at Colin, who goes on the Full-Time Sports Network and who we're a partnership with. He's a massive Man U fan, and He was telling me that Man United are in such a pickle within 3 years, that club could go into administration. Now, when we heard that, it floored me and Philip because Man United are the biggest club in the world, one of the biggest clubs in the world. And it's more commercial more than football side, but it's the commercial, and then you got the Busby Babes and everything going along them. And it makes you think the Glazers don't care about Man United. I'm sure the Saudi people don't care about Newcastle. They say they do, and the Qataris look what they've done at Manchester's. I can't remember, is it by whatever owns Man City. They just see it. They see it as a competition between themselves. It's like, all right, we're from Qatar. I want to beat the Saudi Arabia team. It's not about. It's all about beating the next state, and it's all and it's
all about promoting them, isn't it? It's like Newcastle, their away kit last season was the Saudi Arabian one. Yeah. They're hosting Saudi games there. It's sports washing. It's taking over, and then they're slowly turning that club, into a club that promotes it more and more and more. They're using these football teams to just basically, okay, this is a business, I can promote my country and this, that. And it's just like these football clubs, they're not just football clubs. And I know non-football fans can't understand that, but they mean so much more. Tottenham Hotspur, we think of Bill Nicholson, we think of, Gaza, we think of Greece, we think of legends, Liverpool, look back at their glory years and Hillsborough and things like that, United, the Busby Babes. These football clubs are football dynasties. They're so much more than just a team that plays football.
They are. I mean, I can go back. Look, I grew up. I was born in Tottenham, and then because my parents are Irish, lived in Ireland. So, do you know what I mean? But I was still born in Tottenham. I'm still a Tottenham lad, and Tottenham is my team. I was born within a 10-minute walk from the hospital to White Hart Lane, or 15-minute walk. So, do you know, Tottenham is my team, always will be, and to these people that come in and buy these clubs, they don't understand what it means to own. You're a custodian to that football club. You don't own it. Us fans own the football club. The football club is us. If we had no fans going into Tottenham, into White Hart Lane, there'd be no Tottenham.
No, exactly.
Then you leave, you can have all the rugby, all the American football and all the boxing and all the rock concerts and everything he wants at it. But there'd be no soul there. We're the soul of the club. And I think he's realised that now, to be fair to him. And I think this summer he's got Ange in. He's backed Ange. And I think he has backed Ange. And he's backed him with players that he wanted. Somebody wrote on Twitter the other day, they put, we bought Vicario for, 15 million?
Yeah.
He's now worth 30. We bought Madison for 40. He's now worth 80. We bought Mickey van der Ven for, can't remember now, was it 20 or something like that? He's now worth triple that. Solomon, we got him on the free transfers, worth 25 to 30 million.
Yeah.
So, do you know, I for me, it's been a good summer. Look, we did sell Harry Kane. That was the big sticking point. Could this team survive without him? And we're answering, yeah, we can survive without Harry Kane. You can go to your Farmers League and win whatever you want with Bayern Munich and be top goal scorer there. But is it going to be a special winning something with them, or to be more special come back to your boyhood club and win something with us? I think it'd be more with us. The Keeler says they're stealing all our hubcaps. Yep, that's what they do very well, Liverpool fans. That's why our players are distracted, Dermo. Yeah, they've also nicked the wheels off the bus and put it on bricks as well, apparently. So there you go. So what we do tomorrow, right? Get a few of us go around, nick all the wheels off the Liverpool bus. We put it on bricks, and we just let Moan and Klopp sit in the corner and top White Hart Lane crying.
Just complain and do nothing about it.
Yeah, exactly. Geordie. Big up, George. So you're going to say something? Sorry.
I was just going to say it will be funny tomorrow if we beat Liverpool playing attacking football. Because what a Klopp's excuse is going to be? Because here on you goes, they just sit back, play defensive. Yeah. Klopp thoughts in today's game, they sat back. No, they didn't. They attacked. What's he going to say if we beat them, just outclass them?
I love watching Klopp when Liverpool lose because he's got a face in him like the backside of a sow. Right, and you will get that being an Irish thing, right? You'll get that, and he's just there looking. You're thinking, You're miserable looking, mate. Just get on
Yeah.
with it.
I
He's been
liked him
there.
when he first joined Liverpool because he was like, he was mental running around,
Yeah,
and I still think he's a very good manager. I can't take
yeah.
that
Oh,
away from him.
yes.
But the way
He,
he handles himself now, he just comes
yeah,
across as arrogant
yeah.
and just constantly complaining that taking no action. It annoys me. It really annoys me.
George here says, George Condas, big up, George. Welcome. Haven't seen you before, so please hit that notification bell, hit the like button, and the subscription button as well. It's a totally different Spurs team this year. Past history won't matter. History always matters. A team is as good as its history. History matters. It may not matter to the younger generation, but it matters to fans like us and probably Lily White Lane as well. It matters to them. It matters to him. It matters to me. It matters to Philip. It matters to people in the chat. I get what you're saying, but his past history does matter. Tequila says, never agree with me, Adomo. Don't go too far. I will agree with Mia out of fear. That's why I'm it's out of fear. She'll pop on here in a minute if I don't agree with her and give me a rollicking. No, Mia. Big up Matthew as well. He says, I've heard we're rarely signing a striker. Is it true? I'll ask my source and let you know in that, Matthew. I'll probably let you know tomorrow, but I will ask the source. And listen, if you can also, guys, pick up your memberships. They're only $2.99, $4.99. We're going to start a new members where you can send in your thoughts of the game to the channel, and we're going to set up a members WhatsApp group as well, so you can all come in and talk to one another about games and everything. So anything to do with the shows will be put into that WhatsApp group. Me and Philip are going to get it ready, I think, for next week. So please, if you get your memberships, we will put you in there and get your videos in. We're going to start members fan shows as well, maybe on the Monday as well. And we're starting off a few new shows, and also the competition. We'll have an update for you next Tuesday when Philip is back with an update for the league where you are. We've got Geordie saying Gift Auburn can't. He says Gift Auburn can't see Levy spending big. Do you think he will? Do you think Levy might just be persuaded? Bottle of
I think
wine,
with Leaf,
a few chocolates. By
I think he's changing around a little, Levy,
Yeah.
and it almost pains me a little bit to say that because for so many years I've been calling this guy out. And one good window, personally, for me, I'm not going to change that. But if he keeps going in the right direction and making good signings and changing the club around,
Yeah.
I'll question my position on where I stand, whether I want him as the owner of the club or not. I think he got it right this summer. I think he backed the manager and he made some big decisions. Selling Harry Kane, bringing in a manager who many fans were sceptical of, Maddison, even some fans were questioning that.
Yeah.
And they all seem to be working out at the minute. They all seem to be working out.
For me, I think it's the first summer that he's listened to a manager.
Yeah.
And I think there's a connection between him and Levy. I think there is. I think Angie's brought him down to his level. And for him to admit he made a mistake with Conte, he made a mistake with Mourinho. I mean, okay, we're grateful he was honest or sort of honest in the fan forums, but could he have not told us that 3 years ago? Can you have not?
Yeah.
It's taken 6 years between one fan forum to the one we've just had. All we've ever wanted is Levy to be transparent with us, to let us know what is happening, what's going through, what's happening at our club. And once he does that, and he does it in the right way, we're happy.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not a hard bunch to please. We just want to see progression and us winning something. But again, Mia's argument, we've been in finals for a kick here or a kick there. We could have won a League Cup, a Champions League. So really, football's a thin line of one way or the other. So I think, he wins the Champions League. He's a legend.
Yeah.
We've gone through what we've gone through. He's the worst in the world. So who knows? We've got Carl says, I tell my wife that I'm not being lazy. I'm just going through stuff and an upside down face. Yeah. Are you lying on your bed again, Carl, looking around everything upside down again? Stop doing that. Blood goes to your head. We've got Tequila says gap has never been as big as it now, Dermo, between the Prem and everyone else. Yeah, it has. We've got Gio. Good morning from California. Good morning, sir. From wouldn't I love to be in California at the moment?
What a place.
What a play. Where in California you're from, Gio? Where from you? Let us know where you're from. But big up. Wow, I can't believe people watching this in California. That still amazes me. When somebody texts and watch
It's crazy YouTube, isn't it? It's like
it
I
is.
looked at the analytics the other day and I saw
Mm,
like I've got like 2 viewers in Kenya, and I was like, Kenya. It's mad when you just see
yeah,
like viewers from all over the world what, watching the Spurs community, watching your channel, watching all the other Spurs
yeah.
channels. It's brilliant.
Um, we've got, I've seen what Cole's put at the bottom there. You wait, your bugger. I'm going to get you in a minute. We've got Gary Beck said, any serious bids, club bids, 120 million for Evan Ferguson. I'd rather Spurs do that. Bid 75 to 80 for Ivan Toney. Look, I'm going to be honest now. I don't want Ivan Toney at the club. I wouldn't trust him as a striker because how would you know? I know he's been banned for betting against his own betting against Brentford when he's been playing for them, and he's been banned for 6 months. Rightly so. And he says he's got a gambling problem. Well, look, we hope you get over that. Look, any addiction to anything, we all know it's difficult. We know once you admit you got your problem, you're halfway there, and then it's just a case of you
Yeah,
putting the work to fix what's what, and it is an illness. So, do you know, we understand that, but I wouldn't like him at the club. I'd rather go. He wants to go to Arsenal, Man United. We'll let him go there. I'd rather Evan Ferguson. I think he's a
yeah.
better talent. Where do you stand in this? Would you, Tony, or would you go for Ferguson?
I'd go for Ferguson. I think he's
Mm,
younger. He's got more years in him. He's
mm,
going to develop. And watching him for Ireland and for Brighton, the guy's
yeah,
fantastic. The
he
guy's
is.
absolutely fantastic. In the last couple of games for Ireland, you know, we saw how much we missed him.
Mm,
I think the guy's top quality. I really like him. That hat trick against Newcastle wasn't at his best. He's physical. He finishes his dinner. I really like the guy. I really like the
yeah.
guy. And as I said, I think he's going to develop and he's got more years
Mm.
in him than Ivan Toney.
Yeah, I do too. I think Evan Ferguson's the next best thing coming. I think he's going to be the new Robbie Keane, in
That's
my
what I
opinion.
think.
I really, really do. Is the next 10 years sorted, Tequila? You scoffed all you want, and I'd pay for it. Respect, it's deserved. Yeah, I don't know what that's about, but Tequila, be friendly. Be friendly, Tequila's a good lad. Wilton McDonald. That is why a lot of our supporters who are calling for the resignation of D. Levy and new owners should have a serious rethink. Our club is one of the best run clubs, not always wasting money. That's the thing, isn't it? We 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 have a right to criticize Daniel Levy. We have a right to criticize the board. They have wasted money on managers like Mourinho, Conte,
Yeah,
Nuno. We've wasted Steve Hitchen wasted millions on players. And it's taken the Don to come in with a little bit of help of Conte and now Ange coming in to straighten this mess out. So I agree what Milton's saying there. Some should have a serious rethink. But is it a case of we should now see how this goes, but also we should not let Levy never forget what his
yeah.
reputation is, what he's there to do. Where
I
would you
get
stand
him.
in that? Do you get what Wilton's saying?
I get him, but at the same time, I have to disagree. I think Levy has let this club down so many
Mm,
times, and now that things look like they're going in the right direction, as much as I think they will continue going in the right direction, we're only 6 games in. We've still got the
yeah.
January window after, and we'll see what happens
Mm,
there. But I think with Daniel Levy, the amount of bad decisions he's made, football-wise, I can't forget that because
mm,
we're going in the right direction. If we continue going in the right direction, and things keep going well, and we win a couple of trophies, I
mm,
will calm down a little bit. But for me, the
yeah.
amount of mistakes bringing in Conte and Jose, one, they were the wrong appointments. Two, in my opinion, he didn't back them. Then you've got Poch and not spending for a summer or a couple of summers, I think it was. Then you've
Yeah.
got, Martin Yole sacked at half time. A lot of bad decisions this guy's made for me at the club. And I'll never deny, as a businessman and financially, what he's done for the club
Oh
is
yeah.
superb. But I'm a supporter of Tottenham Hotspur Football
Mm,
Club. I'm not a supporter of Tottenham Hotspur, the business. I care more
no.
about what happens on the pitch.
Mm,
Now that it's going in the right direction, I'm happy and I'll calm down on him. But for me, I can't forget what's happened the last
No,
20 years.
you see, I can see. I don't know if you were too young to remember, but I remember when we nearly went out of business. And being a teenager back then, and thinking, "Am I going to have a football club to support in the morning?" It's a horrible feeling. It really is a gut wrenching feeling. And when you see, and for me, yeah, Levy's made mistakes. We all admit that. Martin Yole sacking at half time was a mistake. Not back in Poch after the Champions League final was a mistake. Not getting, not getting, bringing Conte in and Mourinho in and not backing them was a mistake. But Conte, for me, he was more doing us a favour than him wanting to succeed at Tottenham. He wanted it done his way. And I think Levy has this vision for the club of let's do it through the youth. Let's do it as cheap as possible. Which, if you do it right, it can work.
Yeah.
You look at Brighton. Brighton,
Exactly.
you look at the Brighton model, and that's the model we're following now. So,
and we're doing it right in a minute. We are
Yeah.
doing it right in a minute.
yeah, and we are. And you look at the young. He's Pochcoglou's come in. He's brought the age gap down to our team right down. We've got hungry players. We've got players that want to succeed, but we've got some of the experience. You look at Romero, he looks calm. He looks relaxed next to Van der Ven. You look at our fullbacks. I think they're the best fullbacks we've had since Danny Rose and Kyle Walker, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think
I
we've got the best back four since Rose, Walker, Toby, and Jan. Vicario, what a steal. For me, be the next Pat Jennings if he carries on at the end of his career. And that's, for me, I never saw Pat Jennings, but Philip has. And Philip said he saves with his feet like Pat Jennings did. Do you know, for me, we've got players in that team that care about the shirt, that care about the badge. They're playing the Bill Nick way. They're playing the Tottenham philosophy, the Bill Nick philosophy. And I just feel his soul's back at the club again. I think him, Arthur Rowe, Danny Blanchflower, Jimmy Greaves, they're all looking down thinking, right, we've got our Spurs back. And that, for me, is what we all wanted. Gary Beck
that's
said,
why it's going in the... Sorry to interrupt, I think that's why it's going in the right direction, because both the owner and the manager now are on the same page, which we haven't had for years. And that's down to Levy, in my opinion, for a point in Jose and Conte. But it seems like both the manager and the owner, they're on the same page. They know the philosophy. They know what they want to do. They know that they want to bring in youth. And that's why it's working. Everyone in the club is connected at the minute.
Yeah.
There's a fighting spirit in that team. And I think a lot of that is down to the fact that he's brought in a manager who's not going to go on this, and then doing it a different way. The manager's come in, Levy's back to his philosophy. Postecoglou's understood what Levy's asking of him. It's working.
It reminds me of. It reminds me of the way Keith Burkishaw came into Tottenham back in the 70s. Okay, we got relegated in his first season, but he brought us back up and we built this brilliant side that won us 2 FA Cups and the UEFA Cup. We did well in the league. We were up there and we got to a League Cup final. We've had many starts before, but I think this is the most promising looking start we've had for a long time. Gary Baxter says, it's what he will do, fella. And this is about Evan Ferguson. He's the same as Sarr signing now Vajovic as well. Number 9s are premium. Ferguson is the next big number 9. I think he is. I think it for us, for Ireland, he's going to be the next Robbie Keane. But I think also he could become our next Harry Kane. I really do believe that. I think he's got a bright future ahead of him. She's in. Oi, Tequila 316. I'm here, you know. She's just letting people know she's around. She's in the background because she's on ready guard in case my PC throws another tantrum. She can jump in. So if I see Mia at the bottom, I know something's going wrong with me. Big up me. And everyone, please get over to Spurs between the lines. Tequila's saying Ryan Camp was hacked, Mia. See, he's already got he's groveling already. He's gone under. He's gone back, retreating, head down, arse up, retreating. Just do that, Tequila. Just head down, arse up. You'll be grand. Does that mean I need to become a member and pay? Have you met my wife? Says Carl Simpson. No, but yes, you do, and we're really grateful. We do this for, you know, We need you guys to help us, basically. Yeah. If you don't mind, Carl, I'm not forcing you. You don't have to. But if you do, I'll send you something your way. You know what I'm talking about. Um, Tequila, don't be telling lies now. I will hold. I will withhold payment. Oh, there you go. And then Tequila's got something of a face purple crying. Yeah. Kev Williams, big up. It's fashionable for many Spurs fans to put Levy down. I always thought better. The devil you know. Levy has slipped up where he should have backed Poch. Other than that, he's been good for Spurs. And I agree with that. I actually do agree with that because look, he has slipped up, he has made mistakes, but at least he's admitted them now. And now maybe with Scott Mon coming in, he's gonna let Scott Mon run the football side. He concentrate on the business side, and I think it could be upwards spiral for us. I really can. Tequila says Levy's got a safe face, Dermo. Yeah, I think he has as well. Got no more space in the room after packing the stash from the coast of Wexford. Yeah, I've spoken to the Godfather today. He said he will be in contact with you, Carl. So yeah, sorry, just for a minute. Do you want to read that one? Just that one there. Be back in a minute, Lily White Lane. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries whatsoever. Sorry, I've got to stick my head right in the camera because I'm using my phone. Orange County, my friend. Look, everyone in the chat, big up.
Yeah, big up. Yeah, we had as you know, the last couple of days we had a seizure over here. It's now 500 million worth of whatever they found of the powder stuff there. So that's the biggest in that state's history. But big up, Joe, Orange County. Wow. Big up, sir. And I hope the weather is good for you over there. Kev Williams. I don't like the way Ivan Toney comes across in that interview. I mean, why would you admit to being an Arsenal fan to say that the fans are great? Then you see yourself at a rival club. Not happening. I don't want them at the club.
There wasn't just that either, Derm. I don't know if you remember that video. Yes, he was probably, he had way too many drinks. But that one where he's speaking to that girl and she's recording him, and he's playing for Brentford. This was before his ban, and he goes, "F Brentford, F Brentford." So you're saying that as a Brentford player, and I don't know if you saw he went on. I forget the podcast name. He's had a few people on the Diary of the CEO. That's it. Ivan Toney went on there. And he didn't seem like he was going, I need to sort it out. But he was almost arguing against, the gambling, and I didn't deserve to get the ban and things like this. It's like, come on. I think Ferguson comes across much more humble. He's a young lad. I think we've got to get him soon if we're going to sign him because that price tag's going to skyrocket.
And for me, Troy Parrott was the next best thing, but with injuries and whatever he went through, I think that ship sailed. So yeah, I agree with you. Get him in as quickly as we can. Wilt McDonald, I'm with Dermot. Ferguson has room for development. I'm with Dermot. Ferguson has room for development. Yeah, he does. He really does. And I said before, he's the next Robbie Keane for me. He really will. And he will break Robbie Keane's record.
He's proven it in the Prem.
Scoring
hat-tricks against Newcastle.
Yeah. He will break Robbie Keane's international record. You guarantee that. Carl Simpson, Tony should have came back and give everything to Brentford until the end of the season. They have stood by him when they didn't need to. Yeah, exactly right. And Tequila says, join the Levy Out movement. The guy on the left, join us. I don't know if he's talking about you or me. I'm not very good in the left and right.
Either one, mate. I'm not the biggest fan of Daniel Levy, but look, if he keeps going in the right direction, as I say, I'll calm down a little bit. It looks like we are right now.
Yeah. We'll always give a balanced view on this channel. Always do. Always down the middle. I know I sit in the fence a lot on Levy, and yes, I do use Sudocrem to all the fence pickles going in backside, but I use Sudocrem, so it keeps my bum nice and whatever. Matthew, people are comparing Ange's transformation on Tottenham to Wenger's transformation at Arsenal. Thoughts? For me, different time, different decade, different sort of era. I think there could be similarities between the two. I can, but I think when Wenger came into Arsenal, it was more of a drinking culture at Arsenal. I think there was more of you had the Paul Merson thing, you had the Tony Adams thing, you had a lot of Arsenal players that were binging drinking all the time, and I think he sorted that out. Do you what do you say to Matthew? Do you think it are the people right to compare the two, or do you think it's two totally different
I
comparisons?
agree with you. I agree with you, Dermot. I think there could be similarities. For
Mm,
example, both came into club when they were a mess with a lot of issues, and one looks like he's going to sort them out. One did sort them out, but I think both are different. I can't comment
mm.
too much on Arsene Wenger because I didn't see it happen live when he changed around that club, but I can
Yeah,
only judge on facts and things I've seen. And the way he revolutionised that Arsenal side by bringing in international players, very different era now. Premier League, you've got more international players than players from the UK or England in there,
yeah.
and that's the way it should be. But like very, very different times, different philosophies. I
Mm.
think there are similarities, but I think they're very different managers.
I think the sim. I think the same. I think it's about the worth ethics. I think of the players. I think, and he brought in diets and everything, which is he changed football. Wenger, to be fair to him, changed British football forever to what it was. It was a drinking culture, an alcohol feud. You played the game, then you're down the pub with the teammates after the game. I think
He
he
made it
changed all
serious.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really changed all that, and the now athletes and but I don't think you can compare it the same. I really don't. Walter McDonald says my thoughts was about the business side of the club. We're not ignoring the football side because that's what the club is about. But without a proper financial footing, we would be in trouble. Yeah, we would very much so.
Yeah.
Carl Simpson, I would agree. Any other supporters of other clubs, we have the best youngsters coming through. Yes, we do. I agree with that. All our youngsters are playing brilliant at the moment, aren't they? The under
Yeah.
21s, under 18s, very
They're
successful,
all
and all
looking good.
playing Ange ball as well.
That's something I like, the actual philosophy of the club.
Mm,
Everything's going in the same direction. The youngsters are being trained by the academy coaches to play the same style of football that Ange is playing. It looks like we want to have a serious long term project with this guy, like Mauricio Pochettino. But like for a few years, it's felt like Troy Parrott, could he be Dane Scarlett? We'll see what happens there. Now we've got the
yeah,
likes of Michael Moore, looks quality. Vescovic, who we signed, looks really good. I forget the other guy. The leaders who've come in
yeah.
too. Got some really good young players in
Darrington as well for the centre back as
there.
well.
Darrington, yeah, he's good.
Yeah. I think him and Ashley Phillips will make a good partnership. I think I
Yeah,
really do. We've got Matthew Ange will get more Premier League titles than Wenger if he gets backed. Of course he will, because Tottenham are better than Arsenal all day long. Tequila Ange used to have a mullet. Yeah, he did back in the day. We all did.
yeah,
Gary Beck's totally different. Wenger went into a club not far removed from George Graham's success. Ange's task is way different. And I think that's true. Arsene Wenger sort of went into he had a back five already there with Dixon, Adams, Bold, Winterburn, Seaman. So the foundations were there. Ange's had to come in and build these foundations, which he's doing very well. Carl Simpson said Wenger was one of the best managers in the modern era who managed in Japan. Postecoglou is going to be the next one. Yeah, absolutely right.
I believe
And
so.
then Boris Britt, to go on about a club finance and everyone is saying Levy's the worst ownership model. Is he though? There are the Glazers, FCG, who just take out loan after loan, driving the club into tons of debt. And that's the point. I think that's the point some people are missing the trick on. As bad as Levy's been on the football side, on the business side, you can't fault the man because Boris Britt is right. You look at the Glazers, what they've done at United. You look at FCG, what they've done at Liverpool. They're more in debt than ever. I would hate to know what Man United's debt is. Yeah, we're in debt because of the stadium, but that's payable off. So do you get fans do you get the fans that are not so hard on Levy when they sort of are supposed to look at the bigger picture instead of you're looking at picture and you're only looking at 20% of the picture. But if you look
Yeah,
at the whole picture, we could have had a lot worse in charge of our club.
yeah, yeah. No, you're right. We could have had much worse. And look, the Glazers do spend money. I know people say that, but what they've done to United. I mean, you look at the club United were before they are now. Completely different club and nowhere near as much. They're not the same Manchester United. But my thing is with Levy, as I say, I'm a football fan. I'm a Tottenham Hotspur Football Club supporter.
Yeah.
I care all about what's going on the pitch, and for me, he hasn't delivered as an owner. How he should have. And in my opinion, yes, these owners are bad, but like just because someone's worse doesn't, in my opinion, make Levy good. But as I say, business side of things, what he's done to the club as a business is absolutely fantastic. You can't fault him. Joined us when we were nearly going into administration, like you said, and now we're £1 billion business. You cannot fault that. He's a brilliant businessman, but in terms of on the pitch, I think he needs to improve. But he looks like he's going in the right direction.
Yeah, that's so very true. We've got Wilt McDonough. Big up to your guest today, Lily White Lane. Come in at short notice, and he's done a fine job. He has. He's done a brilliant job. Really enjoyed this. Really have. Carl Simpson, all above the ant strain. Coys. Great show, guys, gents. We will see you all later. Yeah. Don't forget the membership, Carl. You promised. Neil Shafton. Okay, looky. There is the deliverance. Burt Reynolds. As drooling banjos start playing in the background and Ned Beatty starts to squeal like a piggy. He didn't say squeal like a piggy, but I thought I'd just put it in squeal like a piggy. Tequila, get down there, boy. Sounds like the both of them are from the southern America, sort of Texas and all
get
around
down
that.
there, boy.
That's it, the rednecks era. It really is. And then Boris Britt, yes, he's admitted he's messed up heavily by not investing enough in, but he's trying to make it so we can survive after he's trying to recently the mistakes he's made in the. Yeah, I agree with that, actually. I do agree with that. And he goes on to say, I am a neutral. I'm just trying to find arguments in both sides. But it's so hard to agree with all the Levy out when he's trying to, fix the mistakes. They paint him as the devil. Look, I think we have a right to paint him as the devil because we haven't won any. This is our longest drought without winning anything. But as you say, business side of it, you can't grumble at it. You really can't. And then Chris Lund, big up Chris, 2-0. Yeah, I'm going for that tomorrow. Listen, right, guys, let's see now. We've done the head-to-head. But look, the game is tomorrow, of course, at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. The time, of course, is a 5:30 kickoff, Saturday, 30th of September, 2023. Your injury news for tomorrow is Bentancur, Perisic, Hill, Segi, Johnson, all out for Liverpool. Trent Alexander-Arnold has stepped his return from a hamstring problem and may feature, but there's no doubts for the Tottenham side. This is the predicted lineup. Vicario and goal, Porro, Romero, Van der Ven, Destiny, Saar, Basuma, Kulu, Madison, Solomon, Son. Happy with that particular lineup if that's what's picked tomorrow?
I'd be happy with that. I think, Brennan Johnson, if he was fit, should start. I was impressed with what he did in the North London derby. But I think Solomon hasn't really put a foot wrong. I think he's energetic. I like what I've seen of him. I think, goals will eventually come if he keeps on playing the way he did. That Burnley performance, the amount of chances created for Son, got a couple of assists. I like Manny Solomon. I like the lineup. I think Vicario's locked in. The back four's locked in. Full quality defenders we've got in there. Same with the midfield. And yeah, Kulusevski for me this season has started really well. Someone who's not being talked about enough at the minute, in my opinion. Bit of a one-trick pony last season. In that Arsenal game, it was like the ball was screwed to his feet. I don't believe he lost it like more than once in the whole game. It was brilliant.
Yeah, for me, look, I think that is a winning side there. The only two things is Madison and Son. Will he start them both and then take them off early, or will he keep one on the bench and put one on? We don't know. But this is the predicted lineup. Then if you are a betting man, like I used to be, but I'm not anymore. But if you are and you want to go down to the local bookies and put a bet on Tottenham to win, Paddy Power are offering 19-10 with Paddy Power to draw. 29-10 with a Paddy Power Liverpool win, and 23 to 20 Paddy Power for a Spurs win. But look, this is the other odds as well. Spurs to win 2-1, 29-10 to draw, Liverpool to win 65. If you can't go to the game, you can also watch it on Sky Sports Premier, Sky Sports Main Event, and Sky Sports Premier League. And if you are in America, And I think Canada as well. You can watch it on Fubo TV or Peacock as well, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Lily White Lane, we'll just go through a few more chats and then we will get you to plug your channel as well. So we've got Neil Shafton. At least Levy didn't admit to having blame. Yeah, I suppose you're right. Tequila says, I couldn't get into it, Boris, but honestly, it's Friday and I want to chill. I could get into it, but honestly, it's Friday. I want to chill. Big up. Neil Shafton, big up Neil. He says, Son and Maddie's are not 100%. And I know that's the worry for me. Neil Shafton, Johnson can run like the wind and dribble with the best of them, but he is Adam Torre on the finish. Yeah, that's true. But so of course we need to win a trophy. We haven't won one since 2008, but he knows that. I think it will slowly turn over time now, especially if Ange gets backed and keep investing in smart transfers. Exactly. We've got Chris Lean. Seems like a good starting lineup. Yeah, for me too. What's Ivan's bet, Dermo? Tequila. Probably betting us to lose the sod. And who is Frankie Four Fingers betting on? Oh, don't know. We'll find out for that. And Mia, big up Robbie Lily White Lane as well. Big up Mia as well.
Mia.
Absolute. She is a diamond. She really is of the Spurs community. Now, sir, thank you for coming on. I've really enjoyed this. I've really enjoyed having you on. Have you got a link for your channel or where can people find you?
So over at Lily White Lane, just search it up on YouTube. All types of Tottenham Hotspur content, previews, transfer news. And if you do want to check it out, give us a sub, drop a like, drop a comment. That'd be absolutely fantastic. But it's been an absolute pleasure coming on, mate. I see how much effort you put into your streams and everything you do on them. You and Philip and everyone who comes on here, where Mia comes on, Dave and that come on. I think, the shows you do are absolutely brilliant. It's been a pleasure being on your channel. Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. Cheers.
Yeah, we'll definitely get you one for more. We might actually get you one every Monday for the podcast and do the Premier League review as well. So I'll get in contact with you actually. If you put your numbers, I'll add you onto WhatsApp and we can get through that way. And then we'll definitely get you on Monday. And Tequila says, yeah, good debut, young man. Absolutely. Listen, guys, thank you all for watching. Oh, bless you, Mia. You are a diamond. Hang on. Let me see if it has come up. Yeah. This is the kid. This is Robbie's link here to Lily White Lane. Thank you, Mia. You're a diamond. Thank you for doing that for me. So what we're going to do, put it in there. We're going to put it on the, I'll put it into the group chat as well. And then we'll please everyone get over to Lily White Lane. And please everyone give a like and subscribe there. Do it here as well. Go over to Full Time Sports Network as well. All our Spurs channels have to stick together. We have to stick together. But cheers, Mia, and everyone go over to Spurs Between the Lines and give your head a wobble while you're hitting that button. You can do it. Believe me, you can do it. Well, wherever you do, we are back tomorrow, of course, myself and Colin for the watch along at 5:20 when the mighty Tottenham go and take on Liverpool, where Ange Postecoglou's given Kloppy a wedgie. He's going to run away with 3 points, and we're going to nick the wheels on the bus, and Klopp's going to be moaning, as he normally does.
All night long. He's going to be moaning all night long.
Yeah, all moaning all night long. Whatever you do, come on, you Spurs, in the big Ange we trust.
Up the Spurs.